All right, hey, I know this is a weird angle, and I got a couple puppies here, but uh, I am in the process of moving currently back to my home state of Idaho, and I wanted to just pack up some of my books while I kind of talk to you about um, how my life has been over the last year, really, since August, kind of. Um, and why I'm moving back to Idaho. This is more of a personal video. This isn't really going to be related to books or anything, and it's just where I'm at in my life, and that's kind of what I've been doing so far, is recording a lot of portions of my life that are important to me, and just kind of having this for documentation purposes, and that's what this is going to be as well. So this isn't the reason I'm moving is not a pleasant one. This wasn't a good situation for me, and I'm going to go into that in this, but I wanted to start by saying this is not any sort of plea for sympathy or anything like that. I don't want any sympathy. I feel very uncomfortable getting sympathy. This is just me telling you what's going on, just essentially what's up with my life right now. So while I'm doing that, though, I'm going to try to pack up some of my books as well. We'll see how well this goes, trying to multitask. As you can see, my bookshelf was a little overcrowded as well, but I didn't buy a new one knowing that I was going to be moving soon, so I just have been keeping this one, and it's been at its limit. So I moved to Georgia originally back in the end of 2021. I moved here because my girlfriend at the time was getting her master's degree and I wanted to be close with her. We had been dating for 7 years at that point, I think, and high school sweethearts kind of thing. So she came down here, did a year of college at UGA, and then I followed suit and came down with her, found a job here, got situated. Ended up getting our couple dogs here, and things were going okay for a little while, and then I got really sick. I got something called cyclic vomiting syndrome, which I've talked about prior on, I think, one other video on this channel, but I got cyclical vomiting syndrome, which is a very rare disease, essentially, that it's not pleasant. Essentially, every time I eat anything lately, it just upsets my stomach, and it sets me on the verge of possibly throwing up every 15 minutes for the next 2 days. I mean, it's lasted as long as a week, and I've been in and out of the hospital, and it's just, it hasn't been good. It hasn't been fun. It sucks. It's not a good situation. But that, diminished a lot of my girlfriend and I's relationship. Obviously, I was sick and not able to be as good of a boyfriend, and she started to become a little more distant. She didn't like seeing me sick, and it started to lead to her falling out of attraction for me, I guess, is kind of how she worded it. So one day when I was sick, she broke the news to me. She just told me, well, actually, she told me that she might be gay. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but that's what she told me at the time. And we had just signed a new lease at this house currently, literally a month prior. And I don't make enough to go and live on my own. It was a bad situation. So that's why I've been contained to my one little room since August, pretty much, of last year. So I have been kind of looking forward to this, of being able to actually move and get out of this awkward, bad situation, because, like I said, it's just her and I that live here. The worst part, honestly, is leaving the dogs, because she is going to be taking the dogs. So I'm saying goodbye to my two best friends next week, because it is a week from today. But I'm hoping for a happier future, and less stress in my future as well. I think that the move to Idaho is going to be big for that. It's it's where I grew up, where I was born and raised was in Boise. And I feel comfortable there. I know people there. I didn't make any friends in Georgia. I've been here for a little over 3 years, and I didn't make any friends. I just kind of hung out with my girlfriend and dogs, and read books, played video games. I didn't feel a big need to go and try and make friends at the time, which now I wish I would have, but that led to a very lonely last few months for me because I've had nobody. Honestly, I've had nobody. That's why I've been reading so much. The one person that I had was my girlfriend, and with her now doing her own thing, yeah, we're in the same house, but I mean, obviously it's not the same anymore. So I haven't had anybody for the last few months, and I'm looking forward to going back and being with friends and family in Idaho. So that's why, especially for these last few months, it's been really hard. Just because I know she's out dating other people, and it's just a weird situation where I just don't feel comfortable being home, I'll be honest with you. So I'm excited. It's going to be for the best, and that's what this video is going to be. It's going to be shot over the next probably 2-3 weeks. This is the first clip I'm making for this video of moving to Idaho. I just wanted to tell you guys why. I know a lot of people, it might be TMI, but I'm a very open to a fault kind of person. I don't like keeping anything hidden away for any reason, and this is just the reality of my situation. I just wanted to share it. Again, it's not anything that I'm like, oh, please be sympathetic or anything. I don't feel that way. It's just one of those situations, I guess, that I got into. Today is Friday, the 21st, and my goal is to be fully packed by the end of the day on the 28th, Friday next week, and I'm going to leave that Saturday. I'm going to try to record as much as I can of the entire trip. This will be my 4th time driving across the country. This is my first time doing it alone, though, and the first time in a U-Haul. I'm just going for it. My work was actually kind enough, and they liked me enough, thankfully, to let me work remotely. So this is a job that has been the best part of Georgia for me. I've loved working for the company I currently work for. It is an electrical... I work with electricians. I do all of the purchasing for electricians. To go out for building new apartment complexes and things. So it's really cool that they're gonna let me stay. 1 second. Sorry, there might be a funky cut there. I was getting a call from work actually while I was talking about work, so I had to take that. But yeah, so my job is cool enough to let me try doing this remote. So I'm gonna try working for them from Idaho still. If things don't go well, and I'll find something else. But the plan for now is to stay with my current job, which is amazing because that's one less thing I got to think about when I get to Idaho. Also, I sold off my car here because it was a piece of shit, and it had like $7,000 worth in repairs that I can't afford. So I sold it. I still owe way too much on it. So I'm gonna be paying on a car that I don't even own. So it's awesome that I'll be able to work remotely while I'm in Idaho, and not have to think about getting a car right away. I'll be able to save up and figure things out that way. This is my first time packing up this many books, and it's a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think... I think I'm going to have a Stephen King box on its own. So I think I got one box kind of done here. Alright, I got everything packed up, pretty much. And there's the empty U-Haul. It's a 15-foot. I don't know if I'll need all 15 feet, but also this U-Haul is broken. And the door doesn't shut all the way. You can literally hear in. Oh, it does shut all the way. It's just really stiff. Anyway. Alright, I got everything moved into the U-Haul. This is the stuff that's gonna go in the front with me. I think I'm gonna leave tomorrow morning still. I've been I've been a little emotional, honestly, moving, because I'm struggling saying goodbye to these two, but that's just part of it, I guess. Alright, I am about an hour past Birmingham right now. Things are going well so far. Stopping to get some gas. It was about half a tank. That's all I used getting from Monroe to a little bit past Birmingham. But figured I'll fill up and stretch my legs and stuff, so. I'm currently just outside of Memphis. I don't know if you can hear me. And this gas pump is broken. So I have to hold it the whole time.
Wendy's hamburgers and meat wraps.
This thing won't stick down at all. But just drove through a crazy thunderstorm all throughout Mississippi. Mississippi is a piece of shit state. I know these updates aren't very good. I'm just driving though. I am currently in Springfield, Missouri right now, getting some gas. This should be my last stop until Kansas City, and then I'm gonna stay there for the night and then continue the next day. Alright, I'm at a gas station about 6 minutes from my hotel, so I'm just gassing up so that tomorrow morning I'm ready to just hit the road immediately. Today was a long day. It is, well, in Georgia time, it's almost 10 p.m. and I left at 7:30 a.m. Georgia time, so I've been driving a long time. I can't even do the math right now, that's how tired I am. I have officially spent over $300 on gas today. That cop is showing off his lights for that dude. He's trying to take a picture with the cop and the lights. Alright, made it to the Marriott by Kansas City International. There's a crazy thunderstorm coming in too, so it's all coming from that direction. There we go. This elevator reeks of booze. It smelled like booze. Alright, so I am 663. Here we are. Alright, here's the room. Actually very nice, I'm not gonna lie. I love that hotels have the NFL reruns and shit. So I get to fall asleep watching football in Kansas City. And tomorrow I have unfinished business with KC Wolf. So this all adds up. All right, so it's now the next morning. It's Saturday, or Sunday, rather. It's been as you can tell, it's already been a long day for me. It is 7 a.m. in Kansas City time. I'm gonna get on the road, I think. I was originally planning on leaving around 9:30, but I woke up and just couldn't get back to sleep. So I want to hit the road, especially because I saw that it is currently snowing throughout part of Nebraska and Cheyenne. So not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about driving through that with the U-Haul. So we'll see. I'm at a gas station in Iowa. I think I'm about to head into Nebraska. I think that's where I'm at. It is fucking cold. It is windy and freezing. It definitely feels more like winter the farther north I go. Alright, I am somewhere in the middle of Nebraska, and it has been the windiest I have ever driven through in my life, let alone in a fucking U-Haul. I'm getting thrown all over the road, and my gas mileage is plummeting. I had like 400 miles to empty every time it was full, and now it's at like 340 miles to empty every time I'm full. It's ridiculous. I'm struggling to get through Nebraska, and Nebraska's already such a boring ass state, so it's just adds on to it. All right, I guess it's 318 miles till empty. Oh my God. I've lost 100 miles essentially on every tank because of how bad the wind and the roads are. Alright, I currently have about an hour and a half until I'm in Cheyenne. It has been a very, very boring drive through Nebraska. The wind has been stupidly crazy. It's slowed down a bit now. It's not nearly as bad now, but most of Nebraska was just pure wind, boring sights, shitty truck drivers. I hate semi-truck drivers. I think that there needs to be a law put into place that if a semi-truck driver passes another semi-truck driver at 1 mile per hour more, we should be able to open fire on them because it's annoyingly ridiculous and it happens all the time. Alright, so I've been really bad about updating. I am not stopping in Cheyenne. I'm actually way past Cheyenne now. I'm getting close to the Wyoming and Utah border. My goal now is just to power through, and I should be in Boise by 3 a.m. roughly, and it is currently 6:50, so I still have a lot of driving ahead of me, but there was some snow and stuff coming into to Wyoming, and I really didn't want to deal with it tomorrow. I drove through some snow, but I just didn't want to risk it. I didn't want it to build up or whatever and then have to deal with that, so that's why I just kept pushing. And my next stop is going to be Ogden in Utah, and then straight up to Boise. Alright, I think last time I said that I was, sorry, I had to turn off my music. I think last time I said that I was, at the Wyoming-Utah border. Now I actually pretty much am. I didn't realize how far away I was. It's been like 2 hours since that, so it's been a bit. It is currently 8:11. I guess I don't remember what time I said it was last time, but it is 8:11 right now, and I'm supposed to arrive in Ogden around 9:30-ish. So, and then it's 4.5 hours to Boise, so it's not too much longer. I'm getting very, very tired though. All right, I'm currently in Snowville, Utah. I'm like an ass hair away from Idaho right now. So I'm almost there, almost there. All right, I made it to Boise. So it is currently 1:20 a.m. I am about 5 minutes from my parents' house. So I'm going there and showering and sleeping. And I'll check in tomorrow with some of the move-in stuff. Oh good, and my most expensive fill-up was in Boise. Alright, so here is my room set up currently at my parents' house, where I will be staying until I have enough money to move out on my own. It is very reminiscent to how my room was set up in my last place, with the addition of a desk that I brought. I used to use it in Georgia and stopped using it and was sitting on the floor for a long time because of my back, but since I'll be working remotely and actually needing to use a computer and stuff again, that's why this is like that. I have my little vinyl record player, my lamp, my couch/bed, my bookshelf, my Josh Allen poster, or Josh Allen jersey, my dining table that I love, and my desk and TV. And there's a couple books I've finished and need to review. And yeah, so it's a nice little setup still. Also, really quickly, I wanted to go over the prices of what it actually costs to move across the country. Now, my parents thankfully helped me out. They paid for both the hotel and my U-Haul, which was insanely nice of them, and they're letting me stay in their house, so they must like me. But no, I really do appreciate what my parents have done for me to help me get across the country and away from the situation I was in and stuff. So but here are the prices of what it costs to actually move. I spent $787 in gas. It was $1,774 for the U-Haul. The hotel was $220, and that totals out to almost $3,000, almost $3,000. If I would have stayed at one more hotel, it would have been $3,000, because that first day it was 14 hours from Monroe, Georgia to Kansas City, and then the next day it took me 19 and a half, almost 20 hours of straight driving through from Kansas City to Boise. And if I would have stopped in the middle somewhere, it would have probably been another $200 something, and that would have put me at $3,000. It's crazy how expensive it was. The gas got more expensive the further west I got, actually, which was kind of funny. But yeah, that's my move across the country, and now my my videos should resume kind of like normal. I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to read a bit more. I finished one audiobook. I finished Wolves of the Kala by Stephen King, the fifth Dark Tower book. I listened to that on the road, and I had started the second book in the Mistborn series, the Well of Ascension. So I'll have that coming, and I also just finished reading the WWE Championship book, which I don't think anybody is going to be interested in, but I love WWE, so that's why I read that. But anyways, that was my move across the country, and yeah, I appreciate y'all for sticking around this long, and thanks.